Hello everyone, a very good evening. I am Anshul, your JAIIB mentor. Welcome to Oliveboard. Today I'm here to introduce you to the Retail Banking and Wealth Management Crash Course 2.0. So this is the JIB November 2025 Crash Course 2.0. In this crash course, we are going to revise the whole RBWM syllabus. How we are going to do that, what is going to be our strategy, what is going to be the priority of our exam, what is going to be the priority in the modules, the syllabus, everything we are going to discuss today. Right? So, this is also going to be the demo class. So, we are going to understand the basics of our retail banking and wealth management paper, the type of questions asked, the difficulty level, everything you're going to understand by the end of this session. So, make sure that you stay till the end. Starting with the basics, what are the important dates for the JAIIB November exam 2025? Your registrations started on 1st of August and earlier it will till 21st. But now the institute has extended it. So even if you haven't registered for the exam till now, you have time till 30th of August to register. So this extended time period has been provided. Right now also you can register yourself for the exam and starting from today. If you start prepare today, that also you have around 75 days and that are more than enough for you to prepare for your exam. Then on 2nd of November is your first exam of IEIFS. On 8th is your second exam of PPB. Then on 9th you have your AFM and 16th is your retail banking and wealth management. Between your IEIFS and PPB exam, you have around 6 days. You don't have any time between PPB and AFM. Then again, you have 6 days time for your retail banking. But this period in between your exams is for your final revision. So right now you have the 10 days here. Then in the month of September and October. So approximately you can say 70 to 75 days excluding the holiday period. This time, is it enough to prepare for your JIB? Yes. If you are consistent with the strategy on a daily basis, you're devoting 2 hours, 3 hours towards your preparation, you are utilizing your weekends, then this time is enough for you to qualify the exam. Other than that, if we discuss about the JIB RBWM exam pattern, so the total marks are 100, but the questions can increase or decrease because we also have zero point 0.5 mark, 1 mark, and 2 mark question. Around 22 mark question were there in this May exam cycle. But you will have 2 hours time to attempt all of these questions, right? There are 100 marks, 2 hours, and there is no negative marking. So, till now, the institute has not introduced any negative marking. So, you'll get full marks for all the correct answers and no negative marking for any incorrect answer. So, you're not going to skip any question. Even if you do not know the answer, you will mark any answer that you think is the closest, right? This is the exam pattern. Then, how much do you need to pass? First, you must score at least 50 out of 100. So, you have four papers. In all the four papers, first criteria is that you need 50. Another criteria is the overall aggregate. If, let's say, in any one or two paper you were not able to reach the 50 mark criteria, you miss it by 2 or 3 marks. Then, if you score more than 50, let's say more than 60 in any paper, that will be added towards your 50% aggregate. So 200 plus out of 400, then also you will qualify the exam. This is the second criteria. And you also retain your credits. Let's say you were able to pass three papers and one is left. So in the next cycle, you just need to attempt for the remaining paper, not all the four, right? So this is the criteria. This is how you're going to pass your exam, right? What we suggest is that attempt all the four papers in one exam cycle and try to qualify them in this exam cycle itself because you will have the aggregate mark criteria, the specific requirement. Also, then you can prepare for your further exams. You can prepare for CIB, you can prepare for other certifications. So JIB is very much doable in one cycle in your very first attempt. And that is what we will try to do. If we now talk about our RBWM paper in specific, so you have in total 30 units that you need to cover. These 30 units are divided into 5 modules. First module is the introduction to retail banking, where you have 4 units. Then module B is the retail products and recovery, where you have 12 units. Then module C has 6 units. Module D, which is wealth management, 4. And module E, which is the additional reading material, again 4 units. So this is how your whole RBWM syllabus is divided. And talking about the content of each of the module. In the module A, you have some important topics like branch profitability, ROA and ROE. You'll come across the concepts of horizontal model, vertical model, SBU approach, departmental approach. Then there is also the numerical part in module A. Module B is your daily banking. So you'll be studying about the retail products, the retail liability, asset and liability products, the remittance products, credit and debit cards. Then other than that, you have how the NEFT works, RTGS works. There's also the concept of recovery of loans, so SARFAESI Act, how the Lok Adalats work, how the securitization of the assets is done. So that is your module B. Module C is rather simple. It is completely theoretical but important. Why? Because it is scoring. So even though it is simple, if you have the conceptual clarity, you can get all the questions correct and there you can score marks. So it is the support services like the delivery models, the delivery channels, the standards for banking as set out by BCSBI. All of these things are there in your module C. Module D is again very important, all the 4 units, because wealth management, you'll be studying about tax planning, portfolio, investment management, mutual fund. You'll also be studying about the Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana, the Suraksha Bima Yojana, Jeevan Jyoti Bima Yojana. These topics are covered. How the banks they provide the depository services. And then the last module, module E, which is the additional reading material on home loans. Before the last 2 cycles, this module was almost ignored by aspirants. Why? Because the name itself says it is the additional reading material. But now in the May cycle, so many questions were asked from this module. Questions like the types of mortgages, so equitable mortgage and registered mortgage. Questions were there from sinking fund, reverse mortgage, depreciation, the time value for money. These topics were there from your last module. All the 4 units are again important. So do not think that the pattern will not change. Every time the institute is bringing some changes in the pattern, the institute is increasing the difficulty level. So you need to have the conceptual clarity, you need to understand the whole syllabus, plus you need to practice the new types of questions that are being asked. So make sure that you complete the whole syllabus thoroughly. Do not skip any module. Talking about the module wise priority. Maximum marks you can expect from your module B around 25 to 30 mark question because it is the lengthiest. Topics like NEFT, RTGS, the remittance products, these are asked by the institute every time. Then second is your module D. Module D, you can also expect around 20 to 25 mark questions. Same. How the tax planning works, the various sections, the deductions that are allowed, how the mutual funds work, the various investment products, the bonds, convertible bonds, non-convertible, government bonds, retail bonds, and their characteristics. You also need to study about the India gold coins, how they are distributed by the banks, the insurance products, how the banks act as agents, or they participate in the insurance business through subsidiaries, what are the requirements. Then third is the module A. You can expect 15 to 20 mark questions rather from all the remaining three, from module A, E, and C. Same weightage is there, but from module A and module E, you will see the numerical questions. Also, case study based questions will be there. From module C, it is theoretical, but we saw around 3 to 4 questions from the topic of CRM itself, the customer relationship management. So do not skip this module because this is scoring. If you have the knowledge of the module C, you can easily score additional 5, 6, or even 10 marks. All right, so these are the priority, these are the modules, how the units are divided. We have discussed about the whole syllabus. Talking about the questions that are asked, you get first, the whole paper is objective, so you need not have any special writing skills. It is objective. You will be asked questions in the MCQ format. So direct MCQs with 4 options, which are concept and fact based. Like, you'll be given a statement about a type of investment product, you'll have to identify which product are we talking about. Then we have the numerical questions. Some limited topics like ROA and ROE are asked. Then the levels of profitability, gross, net, operating profit are asked. Then you have questions from the credit card. You have questions from the capital gains, the short term and long term capital gains. And then some questions from the time value of money. Right? So, module A and module E are very important from numerical point of view. Then you will also see some multiple selection type questions. So these are lengthy. These are statement type questions. You need to read the various statements given and then select which of the following they are correct or incorrect, whatever the institute asks you. Right? So these questions are lengthy. Also, the case study based questions are quite demanding. You'll have to read the whole case study. You'll have to identify what the institute is asking you and then answer. To answer these questions correctly, you need practice. Just going on reading all the syllabus and the material is not enough. Once you complete a module, you'll also have to practice questions on it so that you can analyze your level of preparation. If you're not able to score good in the mock test, you'll have to level up. You'll have to revise again. Right? So these are the 4 types of questions: MCQs, numericals, multiple selection type, and case study based questions that are asked. Now, like we said, the institute is changing the exam pattern every time. The institute is increasing the difficulty level. So, we have also introduced some game changing updates. Like, now you can download your videos. All the videos of the live classes are available in the offline format. You can download them, you can watch them anytime without internet. You also have the faculty support tasks for your doubt clearance. So if you, whenever you are studying and you come across a doubt and you want instant solution to that doubt, simply you can go to the community option, you will tag the faculty, there's the option, and all the faculty names will be present there. You can directly ask us questions. You'll also get the previous year papers, mock test, module wise test, unit wise test. So once you are done with module A, you will practice the test. Once you are done with, let's say, module B, you'll give a test for that. Unit wise tests are there, like mortgage advice, housing planning, valuation of real property, and summary videos for your quick revision. So once you are done with the topic, you think you need to revise it. You can utilize your weekends in watching these summary videos. These updates you are going to get only with the Super Elite plan, which is the all-in-one plan. I will be discussing the Super Elite plan with you as well. So what should be our strategy? Now we have around 75 days in our hand. What should be our strategy? What should be our roadmap? How we should plan our time? First, you need to complete the syllabus. Do not skip any module thinking that it is not important. Do not skip module C or module E. Although less weightage is there, but they are important. If the institute asks difficult questions from module B and D and we are not able to mark the correct answers, then module C will help us get those extra marks. So do not skip any module. Practicing mock test. Like I said, mock tests are very important so that you can understand the level and the type of questions. You need to understand how the numericals are asked, how the case studies are framed. So these mock tests that you're going to get are based on the latest exam pattern, following the difficulty level and the previous exam cycles. You need to follow the exam specific notes. Do not jump from one resource to another. Stick to one study material. Follow it on a consistent basis, on a daily basis. Use them for your preparation, for your revision, last minute revision, everything. And these notes you need to identify, these should be crisp and exam specific. Any note that is redundant based on the old patterns, it will just waste your time. And we do not have time to waste. That is why follow the exam specific notes to study as well as revision. Now, the most important part for your RBWM is revision. You have to revise and re-revise to have the best understanding. Why? Because although the retail banking and wealth management paper, it is mostly dealing with your daily banking life. You're dealing with these things on a daily basis. But sometimes we tend to forget the most basic things. That is why it is important that you revise even those topics that you think are very generic, like KYC, anti-money laundering, the various characteristics of the remittance products that are there, the prepaid payment instruments, how do they work? These things are there. Then some topics that are completely out of the banking space, like the product development process, the credit scoring, which is again very important, how the CICs prepare the report, how they give the score, how can we increase the score. Such topics like sinking fund, depreciation, these are asked by the institute, but we are not dealing with them on a daily basis. Thus, revision is important. Revision you can do on your weekends. On a daily basis, you just have 2 or 3 hours to devote, but on weekends, you can have more time in hand. So decide your weekly plans that in this week, I'm going to cover this particular module, and then on the weekend, I'm going to practice a full length mock test and revise these difficult topics. Banking, how the retail banking transforms from the mass to the class retail banking. How is it different from corporate banking? The role within bank operations, the SBU approach, the departmental and the integrated approach. Retail banking concepts, there you need to study the four models, the horizontal, vertical, predominantly horizontal, and predominantly vertical models. How the product implementation, technology implementation is done in the various types of banks, how the public sector banks differ from the private. Retail versus corporate banking, what are the differences, the point of differences, in which type of banking the impact of NPA will be more, the ticket size will be more, the monitoring and recovery will be tough, wholesale banking and branch profitability, which is the most important topic. Then from module B, you need to understand the customer requirements. So Maslow's theory, product development process, the four stages starting from introduction, growth, maturity, and decline. Credit scoring, how the CICs prepare the credit report. Liability products and asset products, the various deposit side products, term deposit, recurring deposit, two-in-one deposit, asset side product. You need to study about the Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana, the CLSS, credit and debit cards, and the remittance products. These are the must-do topics from your module B. Then module C, completely theoretical but important topics like delivery models and delivery channels. So you need to study about internet banking, mobile banking, ATMs, white label ATMs, the service standards for retail banking as set up by BCS BI, customer relationship management. Very easy questions are there from module C. Then module D, again, extremely important, the importance of wealth management, the various investment products that you'll be studying, investment management, the difference between portfolio management and investment management and investment banking, how the tax planning works, how the assessment year, financial year, previous year work, the comparison of the old tax and the new tax regime, and other financial services. So, depository services, will writing services, Indian gold coins, sovereign gold bonds. These are the topics that you'll be studying. You'll also be studying about the social security schemes. All right. And finally, we have the module E, which is based on home loans. So the lender's appraisal procedure, what all things are kept in mind when we are preparing the schedule. Housing finance, the section 80C 24, how we can pay the interest and principals on the home loan and claim deductions, how we can invest our uh, money for tax saving schemes. The mortgage advice numericals are there: equitable mortgage, registered mortgage, the priority of charges, these topics, valuation of real property, and the theory numerical. Numericals are there from the time value of money, annuity due, then depreciation, the sinking fund, reverse mortgage. These topics were asked around, we can say, 15 to 20 mark question. And the weightage of numerical has also increased in the previous two exam cycles. So keep this list in your mind wherever you are preparing your strategy. These are the must do topics that you definitely need to cover, the high priority topics. Now, in our crash course, apart from these topics, I assure you that the whole syllabus will be completed in a manner that you will be confident about your preparation. And I can confidently say that you'll be able to qualify your RBWM paper. All right. How can we say that? Because we have the history of success. As you can see, so many aspirants they were qualified in the JIB May 2025 in such good scores. And you could be next. So Oliveboard has given this blockbuster success. So many results, bankers review that say that they were able to qualify the JIB exam, the RBWM paper. It was the decider. How? Because it is your last paper, the fourth paper. And like I said, the aggregate marks of 50% is important. There, retail banking and wealth management plays a very important role. If you understand all the topics clearly, you can easily score 75 plus in your retail banking and wealth management paper. This is sure shot if you have the conceptual clarity, if you have the right strategy in mind. And this right strategy is the crash course for the November 2025. Here you are going to get 100 plus live sessions, mock tests, coverage of high focus areas, and exclusive community access where you can interact with your fellow aspirants as well as your mentors. Anytime, anywhere preparation. Why? Because you have the choice to download the videos offline. You can also download the PDFs, or simply what we suggest is that you subscribe to the JIB Super Elite plan, which is the all-in-one plan. So you'll get access to all the courses, the basic foundation level, crash batch, we'll have the cracker batches, the capsule batches, everything. So this is your one-time subscription. MCQ practice and marathon classes, 200 plus full length mocks, memory based tests on the October 2024 and May 2025 exam cycle, short and concise exam specific notes, case study numerical test, and module wise test. Special bonus features that you are getting only in the Super Elite plan is that you can download and watch the videos offline and tag your faculties for the doubt clearing. So these are the features of the two plans that we have for you. These are the things that we are going to do in the next 2 months. How we are going to complete the syllabus, revise, practice mock test, everything we have discussed. So do not wait. Right now, subscribe to the courses and join us in the live classes. We are starting very soon. And also, don't forget to subscribe to the Oliveboard JIB CIB English Medium channel, the YouTube channel. We are bringing important sessions for you on a daily basis. The MCQ practice sessions have also started. So make sure that you like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, and comment down below. Any doubts, any queries. You will also get in the description the links to the memory based kit practice sessions, you can access that as well. So that is all from my side. Now I will see you in the live classes. Thank you so much. All the best.